Hello, welcome back to Steve's Retirement Corner. The transition into retirement. This is a real thing, Doc, but I never really give it much thought, be honest with you. Till about this past year, maybe year and a half, maybe the most. I did some looking at it, read a few articles about it, seen a couple of videos about it. They got that Dr. Riley Moynes from Canada. He's got 4 stages of retirement or whatever, and they got a lady over in England, Dame Carol Black, I believe is her name. She's some kind of expert on this. She work health, life and life and work healthy balance or something like that. She gives speeches about stuff like this. I believe she even talked to the Department of Health over there in England about it. Maybe she was an advisor to them or something. They have a lot of good points. It's pretty good to listen to them, but I don't think a whole lot of it pertains to me myself. But some of it does. And like I said, this is it's a real thing, and some people have it really rough when they leave the adjustment period, and some people it's just like just another day in the park, like they ain't missed a beat. They were, like they've been retired for years. I think I'm gonna fall closer to that no problem kind of thing. I'll probably have a few hiccups here and there, but I don't foresee it being a big daggone deal to me. And the reason I say that, you know, I'm just uh I'm just a worker bee. It's all I've ever done. I've been an employee. I haven't been salary. I'm hourly. I'm kind of an eight in the gate kind of fella. I work my share of doubles and holidays and 7 days and stuff like that. But this past year, especially, I tried not to work any, but they still busted me for about 15 or 20 of them. But just so we didn't get too dependent on that extra cash is what it was for. But if you're salary, you got a lot more on your butt than a regular worker bee like me. You got meetings you got to go to. Chances are you got a title. You got employee problems you got to deal with. You got projects you got to fool with. You got all kinds of stuff on you, and it, it it's a lot to carry with you into retirement. And since I'm not going to have that big void that somebody like that would, kind of carrying work baggage into retirement, I don't think it's going to be quite as hard on me as it would be somebody that's a little bit higher status like that. Now that being said, I still think about it, and I got some ideas about that. I'm hoping that it help me cope if I need to. How's that? The first one is I need to learn patience. I need to realize that my first day of retirement, I'm not expected to be a daggone expert on it. You know what I mean? It it's just going to be like another job. It takes you a few months to get comfortable in a job, because you don't know everything when you first start. You get your training, you get some experience on a job by yourself, and then, after a few months, you feel pretty good at it. And after about, a few years doing the same thing, you're pretty daggone good at it. That's what gets me about people that are retired now. When I see them, I'm thinking, man, them guys they got it down pat. Well, the guy's been retired a few years. He's had the trials and experience that I don't have yet. But that's why I value their input on this. It keeps me on my toes and gives me something to think about that maybe I hadn't thought about before. You know. And then I got to realize that I got to learn that being bored being antsy, a little uncomfortable in my situation is normal. I'm not the only one that's ever went through it. You know, it's not, every once in a while. I mean, if you're bored all the time, it's just miserable to you. Go back and get a job, doc. I can understand. But every once in a while, it's a normal thing. Every couple of months, you think, man, you know what? If this is all it is, I'm getting me another job. That's normal. I got to learn, I got to learn that that's right, And I got to keep remembering that, I retired. Part of the reason I retired was to slow down a little bit. You know, yeah. It's just something I have to live through in order to get adjusted to it, because it's a big adjustment. It really is. You know, I just got to learn that patience and learning that the feelings I'll have is going to be normal, and just to keep plugging along. But I'm going to take that big countdown calendar at work. I'm going to bring it home with me. It's got my days marked on it. Last day and all this other stuff. And I'm gonna put it up out in the shed out back. And one of them days it's rough on me, I'll be able to look at it and say, look, man, this time last year I had 175 days left to work. Kind of an instant pick me up, a little shot of sugar. And the same thing for shift. I got a copy of the shift schedule. I'm gonna keep that too for next year. I have one of them rough days where I felt like I didn't accomplish anything, or just had a bored day or whatever. I'll be able to look and say, man, at least I ain't got to go in and put 8 hours night on 4 to 12 or graveyard or whatever shift I'm on. A little quick pickup like that. Then I got to keep reminding myself that I'm fortunate and how thankful I am to be able to go. I don't know if any of that's going to help me. I don't know if I have a rough adjustment period or not, but it's nice knowing I got a few extra tools in the toolbox that can help me if I need to. I don't know. It's just the way I think about it. Well, y'all be good. We'll talk with y'all later.